here, and then the rest is upstairs. You don't necessarily have to start in that room, but
What kind of program?
It's an invasive algae species from the coast of Florida. And what she's doing is she's partnering with the UN to work with a lot of third world nations on how they can use their natural resources to improve their textile economy. They're trying to move away kind of from the fast fashion plastic use, so she partners with them on a regular. That outfit belongs to Ambassador Margaret Hegler. I'm actually 21.
I wonder if we could figure out how much the county really costs. You know, what it's actually costs.
Like how we, yeah.
Thing, and then you know,
I think it should be $10. So I kind of see absolutely.
yes. You can see that.
Yeah, and the fishnet is interesting because and it's outdoor and it's
Ellis is going to write Molly.
yes.
That's a similar message, or if it's
Yeah.
simply as awesome as it was cool.
Well, each symbol is for a country, and it might
Oh,
definitely,
it might,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Like like the eyes, you think it's Egypt.
As a horse, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have the Shuko, the shield and the short spear.
Okay.
That was I thought it was Kenyan. It was their on their flag. It was just like one of their old leaders invented that style of.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to do different renditions too to include more and more countries. Modern and traditional ways of not only crafting clothing, but also wearing it. I always like to start out with the most modern, which is this Austria one. The front panel and the clutch are 3D printed. So it's probably like the most modern way of crafting clothing that we have today. Yeah. Continuing a culture and continuing a tradition. So it's a dress that would have been worn 150 years ago. Nigeria is hand-woven damask leaves. So it's very luxurious fabric made there. And the beading on the sleeves took about 4 weeks to make. I love the cutout there. A visitor last week pointed out that it would look really elegant, you know, if it was worn by someone. Yeah, so it's hand woven using traditional Nigerian weaving techniques. Yeah, made by local artisans. Brick around it is made using a UNESCO protected fabric, and it's made using, the fabric is made using straw, so it's weaving of straw to make the fabric. And to your point, like, it's UNESCO protected in order to ensure its survival, because these, you know, these very traditional, unique techniques are kind of disappearing, right, as time goes by, unfortunately. But these designers wanted to make sure, even in the modern attire, they're still very much existing today. And
which outfit do you like the most?
I think Ecuador is my favorite.
Okay.
Like, if I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off, but I think it just looks so unique and different and very fairy tale like, in my opinion.
Oh wow, yeah.
So you can look it up.
How was the one from Moldova was made?
Yeah, so Moldova, like, you can probably tell there's a lot of different materials being used. It's kind of like a mixed fabric. A lot of it is cotton and wool, which you kind of see that. It looks very heavy, right? But the roses that you see down below were actually crocheted using traditional Moldovan crochet techniques by the designer's grandmother. Yeah, so kind of, you know, that blending of traditional, modern, older generation, younger generation coming through in this one outfit, right? Like, that's the texture that came out, but they incorporated it into the print on the corset as well. So I think it, like, really pulls it all in together.
I heard you mention game nights. You've been here.
I haven't been here for a while, but we've toured the house before.
Well, the game nights are fun because one of the
Thank you.
So you've taken
You guys had our open house for spring weather. So I came for that last
during the week?
No,
The
it was on the
weekend,
weekend.
Saturday?
It was on a Saturday.
It would have been a regular tour then.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, it's great. The garden is amazing.
Oh, yes.
My boyfriend wants to move to this house just for that garden.
Yeah. Just this house, they said, would be up easy.
Yeah.
Tradition. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Also, are you a Washingtonian?
Yes.
Please feel free to check out our website, because once the clothes go back to their embassies, we do a week to get back to stuff. We go back to our Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday tours. During which you can see the architecture, the family rooms on the third floor, and even some of them go on sale. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Cuba. I have a couple of Guayaberas at home. I have some Cuban ancestry. I have friends in Korea. The hanbok, the traditional Korean gown, which is, since this one is from the royal family. Korea was a monarchy till 1905. Good afternoon, welcome.
I really love the necklace on Moldavia. Yes, beautiful.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. My friend's grandmother crocheted that.
Wow.
I mean, it does take skill. It can be done.
Yeah, I think most people.
Say is your favorite outfit in here?
I have two. Both have good stories. So one is the U.S. one. That's going to be right there in the middle. That is actually representing the Pueblo of Laguna Nation. So that's an indigenous tribal nation. And that outfit actually belongs to Representative Deb Hall. So she was the Secretary of the Interior under Biden, first Native American to hold a cabinet secretary role. Very important figure in that way. And she wore this outfit to the Tribal Nation Summit a few years back. And it's actually a Navajo ribbon skirt. So she often incorporates elements not just from her own tribe, but from other tribes as well into her wardrobe, which I think is incredibly cool. I also really love, over here on the right, the Costa Rican dress. This belongs to their First Lady. She is, the First Lady of Costa Rica is actually Latvian, and she met her husband here in DC working at the World Bank. And so she had this then made for his inauguration in 2022. And it's a really pretty silk organza, really sheer, and it's a zero waste fabric, so very sustainable. And she purposely chose this kind of intertwining motif to represent the
It's really old.
The Romanian one?
Yeah.
Well,
it's like
the keys and the rings are. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like the belt.
Yeah, from the belt. They're up to 400 pesos.
Yeah.
I know then the Serbian dress is like 1840s.
It's made to late 18.
Yeah.
1840s, 50s, something like that.
It's very beautiful.
Super pretty. Yeah, that very
The silk is
classic silhouette.
Yeah.
Mid 19th century silhouette there.
Do you know what their preserving techniques were? Like, how did they
For
keep?
which ones?
I mean, especially like the ones from that you mentioned, like 100 years
They're
old.
just by the emphasis. So honestly, I don't know if they do that much preservation.
Yeah.
Because they're typically like from their family members. But I do know the one from Romania is like an older piece, and he keeps it in like a very specific storage space and like only has it on display for specific things like this.
Yeah.
And it's not, it doesn't get worn by curtains are recreations because none of the curtains from when the Wilsons lived here. were able to stay intact.
You fitted these outfits?
Yes. She's the collection. So you can't see it, but some of the beading on this piece is like kind of falling off. I don't actually, from where I am, I can't see them, but some of the beads have fallen off. But that's because this is someone's dress that she wore. So, but I definitely, like, when I was putting these all together, it was surprising to see that there wasn't too much damage, because a lot of these have been worn by people.
Yeah.
But like, there's a piece in there from Pakistan that has like wine stains on the bottom, which is kind of funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tells a story.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is, we have these like specific, like they're called these hanging bags that all of our clothes in the exhibit go into.
Okay.
And they're like this, like an acid-free material essentially, and our clothes will stay in there unless they're on display.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's beautiful. Let's see further down into DC. So you had some of the buildings already here, now embassies, but the Wilsons on the 3rd floor, where their rooms are, there's a balcony, and from that you can see out. And then Woodrow Wilson was directly above the library. And then the 4th floor was where the live-in service staff stayed, as well as some of the dry cleaning and other amenities that came with the home.
Which outfit would you say is your favorite?
My personal favorite, I like Vietnam. It's all silk with hand embroidery. So it's 80 hand embroidered yellow lotus flowers to represent 80 years of Vietnamese independence, and 34 hand embroidered rising cranes to represent the cities and provinces that together make the United Nation. And it took the design 11 months to create, which I think is just such a small amount of time for such a beautiful piece. Its name is the era of rising.
Of rhizome?
Rising
Oh, okay.
fabric. And so if you are able to look behind the door there, or just close it a little bit if people aren't coming in and out, you can see more of the hand-painted toucan that's hidden in the back. But its train is actually quite long. So it's, the condor is hand-painted, representing the ancestral wisdom rising from the deep roots of the nation. And then the cloth fabric, that is multicolored calypso. And I might be saying wrong, Iola, and it means cloth. So it's multicolored calypso cloth. And it's meant to show what I think is the cultural heritage of the nation on a modern fabric, which I think is a beautiful job with the story of the condor alongside that traditional cloth.
Oh my gosh. That is so much. Oh my gosh. This is massive. Oh my gosh. Wow.